I am Dr. Zahira Mustafa from the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS, UTP, Malaysia. In UTP, I teach hydraulics to the second year, first semester students. Hydraulics is a course covering different aspects of open channel flows, hydraulic structures, and even dimensional analysis and similitude. In UTP, we carry out hydraulics course in different ways. Rather than using the traditional lectures classroom, we are also using different flipped learning approaches. So today, I would like to share with you on the approach I use and I practice in my class in teaching particularly the topic on dimensional analysis and similitude. Dimensional analysis and similitude involve scaling laws for physical modeling, especially when we wish to translate a big prototype into a model. So the teaching and learning approach that I apply in teaching the dimensional analysis and similitude is called site demonstration. So the site demonstration was carried out internally within university campus itself. We are utilizing an old consultancy project that has never been used, and because of its values, its engineering values, we would like to share that project, the outcomes of that project, and how we design the project to our future students. So now, that is considered to be part of our teaching course through the flipped learning approaches. The water from the turbine spinning should be directed to the nearby river at the back. So this is your river. But it's not a right design if you were to do so. Why? Why? Because the velocity from the turbine, from the penstock, from the terrace outfall structure is very, very high. So you are going to break your river. Your river will just be broken. So because of that, they have designed this pond. So this pond is called re-regulating pond. Meaning to say, the water released from this big pipe will be re-regulated. You're going to dampen the flow at a certain level, and finally, when it's too much, you release it using outlet structure. When it's too much, there is a spillway that you can release the water. The water level in the pond becomes very high. Because we have to operate the turbine all the time. But then, one fine day, we need to drain all the water in order to inspect what actually has gone wrong. When they drain the water, you see this one? This was the snake. The snake was actually the geomembrane textile. Where is the geomembrane textile? You see this one? Geotextile. This is the level of the point, the bed of the point. They have to make it in different layers. You will learn this in geotechnical engineering. So the geotextile was placed at the very last elevation. And then they top up with gravel, and then they top up with sand of different height, gravel again, and some more rocks. And then only they see the water level. Okay, so for the physical model, we had to follow the fruit number similitude. Why? Why fruit number? Because this is an open channel flow case. This is open channel flow case for which gravity flow is more dominant. So we follow the fruit number similitude. And we had this thing, which I'm going to explain later on next door. That was me, back in 2006. Okay? That was how we constructed the point. It is actually the same shape, but 36 times smaller. Water is released from up there, moving down to there, to the point. Right, so then we had to move in a row. So this is a giant. This was a giant. This is the small guy. So big, so small. So that's the comparison. But this one is actually the prototype, while this one is the model. You know what we play around with? In order to optimize the design, we have to check whether this height, the height of the paper block, was it sufficient enough to take care of the incoming flows from this pipe. What is the philosophy whenever you want to design the height of the block? It has to be the same with the incoming flow. So this opening is so big, but yet the vapor block height was so small. So because of that, velocity could not be dampened, even though the water level has passed this first layer, second layer, and finally going down. So then we have played around with so many orientation. We say, hey, what if the blocks were made bigger? So there was one small block here, but the others with the yellow tape on them, those were the bigger blocks that we proposed. Then we say at the edges here, instead of using small blocks, we say make them bigger. So we tried around, we played many orientations. We played with these. What if the blocks were made like a solid block? What would be the result? So arrange and try one by one, and eventually I think we found a winner. Okay, so we propose that you can keep the same concrete apron, but some of the blocks make them bigger. And slightly above, beyond the concrete apron, this is an apron, fill in with some rocks so that we can protect the section further. This was before, this was after. We need to measure velocity. We need to measure water depth. So we cannot be inside the flow. So what I did last time, I would just go out here and then move myself in the breeze. Okay, maybe the other way around. Okay, maybe the other way around. Okay, then I can see you. Right, so, meaning to say, that's why I have to bring you here. I will push myself at one point to okay, and then whenever we have the flow coming from that outlet structure, we will have to measure the velocity and water depth. We have special instrument. Remember last time I brought you to the channel? That tool, the velocity meter, can still be used. So what we do, okay, estimate, measure. Write down the value. Measure, write down the value. The rule was never to touch the sand and not to fall on the structure. Understand? Later on, when everything completed, we will have to drain the water from the pond. Then we change again. We change, okay, increase the tube. So repeat the experiment until you satisfy and you know what was happening to the reality. So is it awesome or not? Awesome. Okay? Okay. So this bridge was designed to take care of 3 people's load. 3 large loads. Your load. Okay, so we can have 3 on this bridge. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Do you want to see the water? Yeah. So by that, before the experiment, we have to make sure that the water is crystal clear. Because to be the tank, this one was actually from corrosion. Okay? You see the ripples over there? So the ripples of the flow, of vapor blocks, even by the second layer, and the problem could be found after the coating and erosion took place. The purpose of bringing students for site demonstration is to allow them to be able to understand the fundamentals better, applying the theories into the right engineering problems. I have been practicing this for almost 2 years now, and I would take the assessment in the form of quizzes and even final exam questions from this site demonstration. Later on, I asked the students on their feedbacks and comments on the effectiveness of this activity, and most of them have been giving me lots of positive response.
So my name is Jean-Christophe Cadio. I come from France. I follow the course hydraulics, and today I could see the project achieved by the teacher and the lecturer, and it's a very interesting project.
It's a model for the prototype which helped them to understand the situation more than going and measuring the actual situation in the actual live dam. And I've learned how we can do a model and how the ratios work.
Okay, so as today what you can see, we undergo demonstration about pond model, and I think it helps many students understand better about the difference between the prototype and the model, and it also increase the vision of the student to know what is pond model exactly.
From today's activity, what we are adapting the real situation of re-regulating pond in the site. So from today's activity, we know that in order to design a structure, we need to do some experimental to gain the actual or exact result.
Site demonstration activity through the flipped learning approaches have been proven to be adding extra values in the teaching and learning of hydraulics, particularly in my course. So I would like to share, because this is a new approach suitable for the Generation Y students, and it will enhance their knowledge even better in the subject. Thank you.